WandaVision, WandaVision. I swear, I think that was my favorite song just because it was catchiest and it went with, of course, the kind of bewitched opening. I wanted to wait and make this video until I saw the behind the scenes episode and I just watched it and oh my God, guys. Okay, who else was blubbering at the last episode of WandaVision? It was so sad, but so good. This entire series was not to be too cliche here, but a marvel. um Honestly, they put this together so incredibly well. I absolutely love that we got Wanda's backstory and there was a lot of, her, really facing that, dealing with that, going through that. Um there was so many layers and levels to this and it was brilliant and I had to go back and watch Easter egg videos just to see which ones I caught, which ones I missed. Honestly, this was like a love letter to the American sitcom idea because I think that's what I love too also about this. I mean, there were so many things to love about this. I mean, first and foremost, every single episode was better than the last. It was intriguing. The build up was fun, funny, and creepy. It was intriguing on a creepy level though, but like it was so well done. I mean, you hear about people bringing their A game, but I think that these actors brought their A plus plus game. I mean, you can always tell when a project has been, it's kind of like when somebody says they cook with love, they put in the love. Well, there was love in this. There was care, there was time, there was effort, and that is completely illustrated through this entire series. I love trying to figure out, okay, what's the opening going to be this week? Which sitcoms is it going to resemble? And it was just so fun because, these are celebrating the sitcoms that a lot of us grew up with. So that was just such a fun aspect. And again, going back to how well they did this, it was fun, silly, but not like silly, stupid. There was, a real resonance in this. And I think that's what I love so much about the MCU because they managed to have all these layers and levels and facets and sectors and they all interconnect so incredibly well. I mean, I have to give them props for being able to keep all of these stories straight and all these storylines connected and just it's amazing. I went back and rewatched all the episodes just because it's fantastic and it makes you want to rewatch the movies again. Like just go back in order and just have a crazy marathon. Of course I think MCU fans do that, occasionally, once in a while. And I did it not too long ago, but it did. I was like, gosh, I want to go back and rewatch these movies again. Outside of the last two episodes being my favorite, I have to say that the Halloween one was super fun. I wasn't really sure how I was going to feel about Evan Peters as Pietro, but I think he did an amazing job. I loved the little Easter eggs he threw out there and he's like yelling at the kids, go forth, demon spawn, create chaos. It was like, oh my God, I loved that. Talking about the actors though, Jimmy Woo, okay, I love him and I think he's going to be like the new Coulter, Agent Coulter. I think that is just, yes, he's fantastic. Darcy, oh my God, her mic drop moment at the end, enjoy prison. I was like, yes. Monica Rambeau, awesome. She nailed it. So good. And I love that she has that moment with Wanda at the end about, I get where you're coming from because I'd bring my mom back too. Ah, emotion. Emotion. Deborah Jo Rupp is always amazing. WandaVision, I mean, come on. We knew they were going to do superbly. I mean, I have to give props to Catherine Hahn. Catherine Hahn was incredible in her role as Agnes, Agatha Harkness. Like, a lot of us were figuring that out. Like, okay, she's Agatha. When's it going to come out? And she just amazing. Just absolutely marvelous. I also really thought it was interesting how WandaVision really kind of illustrates through the different perspectives how there was more than one villain here. And it kept you guessing, okay, who's the villain? What's really going on? Because there were times where I was like, okay, I don't know if that is Wanda. Could that be Agnes pretending to be her when she came through the barrier? Of course, you know, Hayward, he's a terrible person. I mean, but it was just really interesting how it illustrated how there were kind of different villains in this from depending on your perspective and the motivations. And it was just really interesting, which I think kind of plays to life, you know, because there's different villains to different people depending on your perspective and your motivations and et cetera, et cetera. So it was very true to life in that sense. So there, again, the layers and levels that MCU manages to hit are just superb. I don't know how they do it, but keep doing it because it's awesome. I absolutely love that. And again, of course, this is setting up, you know, further projects with the MCU. So it's just like, how do you keep doing this to me, MCU? It's like, I keep coming, seriously, what is that? You know, you want to keep your audience, you know, wanting more, and they definitely do that. So I just have to say bravo to MCU, bravo to Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen and all of the amazing cast in WandaVision. This is something that I will enjoy rewatching, just like the MCU movies. It is so fun, and it was done so well, and it's just bravo. So those are my thoughts on WandaVision. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe. Until next time, guys.